Hey friends, 8 Ball here, and we are here to finish up Tirona's route in Hiveswap Friendsim. Last time we finished up Galix, and today this is probably going to be a longer video. I'm not entirely sure on that, honestly. I don't know how long, like, her other two choices are, but we are going to do whatever it is needs whatever needs to be done to finish up her route here so we can move on to the next volume before I get too far behind. um so yeah, last time we got the bad route where we lost our good friend Tagora. So I'm gonna have to betray Tyzius today, and I'm not gonna be happy about it at all. Like, I'm gonna be very angry. So, without further ado, let's let's do this. Also, I hope my audio is still not fucked up. I don't know. I haven't checked the last video yet, so I'm like literally recording this right after I finish that one. So, here goes nothing. So, here you are, in jail. You always knew you would end up here eventually, but you were expecting a human jail. Not this. It all happened so fast. You were waltzing down another Alternian street in search of friends when you heard the telltale sound of machinery behind you, and before you could escape, some giant metal drone with a rocket ass scooped you up and flew away with you. You were honestly surprised that the drone didn't execute you on sight. They've tried to do that before, after all. Perhaps your numerous shenanigans have grown so vast and ridiculous. Someone wants to see you in person before you die, if only to have the chance to ask you, what the fuck? In any case, you aren't complaining. Not that. Not about being brought in alive, at least. You have plenty of other things to complain about, though. You have plenty of other things to complain about, though. This cell sucks. It's hard, it's cold, it's full of this gross looking moss that can probably kill you since everything else on this planet sure can. There's a couple patchwork holes in the back of the wall, of the cell wall. What? Of the wall of the cell, which aren't enough to wriggle your way through, but are enough to let in the light from the outside. You've been in here since a few hours before dawn, and now it's midday, which means scorching rays of sunlight are streaming their way into your cell and forcing you to dart around forcing you to dart around to the shadiest parts of the as the sun makes its way across the sky. As if you weren't that weren't enough. It's also hammering rain outside, which really isn't doing much to stimmy the sunlight, and you think the rain might be acidic, too. Fun! Intermingled with the rain, you've been hearing some sounds coming from other rooms. Interrogations, maybe? Torture? Whatever it is, you are not a fan. And would somebody please fix the leak in the roof? If you have to listen to one more drop of water exploding onto the floor like a nuclear fucking bomb, your shit is going to take an extended sabbatical from the handle. To conclude, it's not great. You'd like out right now, preferably. Doo doo. Doo doo doo. Now? Doo doo. God damn it. You were hoping that someone would conveniently appear in time for your internal monologue, but no such luck. Sorry, buddy. Doo-doo. 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 Oh, there she is. Your new savior. A small, probably the smallest troll you've met so far, with the possible exception of Amicia. And... what? No, oh god. Your new savior is small. Okay. And she looks about as young as Amicia as well. She's got wild pigtails sprouting out from her head and a twitchy look in her eye, like she's going to start sprinting the second she hears a sound. She opens your cell door with a creak and gestures you down the hallway with a quick jerk of her head.
Come on, come with me now. Quickly, head down, keep quiet, no asking questions.
Alright, so I gotta save... Nope, I don't gotta save, because I already have a saved spot. So, I have... Last time I just followed her, so now I'm going to ask questions to get the quick bad route and die. Wait. You have so many questions. Which of your many lovely friends is willing to help you escape? Who is she? What's her deal? How did she know? She shushes you, and her eyes narrow into an appraising squint as she looks you over.
Not too bright, huh? Figures. Listen, I don't have time to explain, and I'm not putting my neck out any further, so here's what we're gonna do, okay? You're gonna run, not too far out, because you don't want to wind up in undead territory. Stick to the city and find a nice hiding place and keep your head down. See ya!
What the fuck? She rather forcefully stuffs what appears to be a military-grade umbrella into your hands and shoves you to a back door, into the rain and sunlight. When you turn to protest, the lock on the door clicks shut, and you're stuck outside. What was that she said about being undead? What the fuck? Alright. Well, at least I lived? I don't know. We're gonna go back. Load game. Going all the way back. And we will follow her now. You follow her down the hallway, keeping as quiet as instructed. Even though you have so many questions you want to ask her. Questions like what her name is, or where you are, or why they haven't fixed that fucking leak in the roof. Instead, you just hurry closely behind as she takes you to a stairwell in the back of the building and up a multiple flight of stairs. Peeking out the window of each door you pass, you see what seems to be an evidence locker, and then a row of tightly packed cubicles, and then a long winding hallway. This is where she opens the door and ushers you through. The hallway is full of electronically locked doors with troll signs on them, the overwhelming majority of which are teal. The only other presence here seems to be automatic cleaning robots. You're surprised to see that the troll Roombas come with their knives pre-attached. She punches a series of numbers and letters into the keypad beside one of the doors, bearing her sign and a name, and then slips inside, and you follow.
Well, here we are, my hive away from hive. You can be a bit louder now, but no shouting. That'd be just weird as hell, buddy. Oh, and my name's Tirona, by the way.
You politely refrain from shouting as you introduce yourself to her. Hi, I am MC! Screams. Tirona pulls up her chair and sits down at her husk top, tapping some keys.
So, what we're gonna do here is I'm going to go ahead and access your files in our system. Shouldn't be too hard to find since you're a weird alien, and yep, here we go. That's what we're looking for. Time to make a few edits.
She leans in, fingers flying quickly over the keys. She's absurdly fast on the keyboard, her eyes darting back and forth across the screen.
Now, normally I wouldn't pull anything this risky, and I certainly wouldn't be helping out a criminal, but I have it on a good source that you're not the kind of person we should be letting to rot in a cell.
Or worse, in a cell? What the fuck? Where did that come from? In a cell!
Right now, you're in our system on a lot of weird and serious offenses. But you and I know that the only thing you're really guilty of is trying to keep your head and shoulders attached. Yeah? Just gonna click here, delete a few things, and there we go. You're clean.
Wow, just like that? You thank her profusely and even begin to consider groveling at her feet, but she cuts you off.
Listen, I'm just doing the grunt work for you. Wasn't really my decision to spring you. Let's just say you and I have a mutual friend. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I run errands for him sometimes in exchange for information, and I just happen to be pulling end all day or over here anyway. So I was in the right place at the right time.
This mutual friend of yours sounds like a deadbringer for Malik. Wow, knowing a cerulean in high places is really already paying off. It's paying some great dividends. It beats our Dada, at least. All you got from her were some really weird DMs on Chitter from her stream followers. Anyway, speaking of being in the right place, what is this place, anyway?
This place is, well, it's a lot of things. Jailing, courthouse, and office, and a whole lot more. Basically, if you're a teal looking to learn how to do teal things, this is where you go for hands-on internship. Most of it is law-related, of course, but there's a couple of semi-related fields, and the go-getters looking to do something a little different. For the go-getters looking to do something a little different. Like me. Yep, I bet you're just dying to know what I get up to in these hollowed halls, don't you? Surely a brilliant mind like Miss Cousins is doing some real important work here. Is what I bet you're thinking, and you are absolutely correct, my friend. Feast your gander bulbs on this.
A few clicks of the wriggly bulbous mouse, and her husk top loads up several images. You glance at the screen, and the recognition center in your brain goes haywire with dopamine. Alien culture or not, you know memes when you see them. God, you missed memes.
Check it out. They're a little corny, but I know Triza's gonna love them. She's a real sucker for this kind of thing.
One of them has an image macro featuring Triza doing her makeup, with the caption, "Triza's so hot, rebels are so not." Another seems to feature troll brains, or at least you hope those are brains, of varying sizes and hemocolors. Being a rebel is a small maroon brain, and sympathizing with rebels is a medium-sized olive brain, and worshipping Triza is the giant purple brain.
These ones will be going up on the web soon, but for now I've got plenty of other memes circulating. See, I made a bunch of fake Chitter accounts and got some techie troll to automate them for me. He was so hyped about the excitement nub. He was hyped out of the excitement nub to do some work on Triz's behalf, I tell ya. Some of these accounts just pretend to be regular trolls, and others are best jokes, nightly, big, funny, relatable laugh humor, you know. They're racking up the followers as we speak.
And the point of them is to put these Triza memes out there.
That's how you get them. You start with a couple of innocuous jokes and cute perbeast pics, and then bam! Suddenly you're spreading the good word of the Empire, and everyone accepts it because your Chitter account is funny and hip. I call it the memeganda. It's gonna be the next big thing, I tell you.
The meme agenda? Nope. The meme agenda. It does seem like a pretty clever way of spreading propaganda. Memeganda? It is memeganda. Okay. Really effective on today's modern youth. It also deeply unnerves you, but you leave that part out. There's just something wrong about memes being used for evil.
Thank you, thank you. Glad someone appreciates all the hard work I've been doing here instead of just brushing me off. I've had to do a lot of overtime putting out propaganda for the Empire lately. Just between you and me. Although this ain't exactly much of a secret anymore. There's talk of a rebellion brewing, like a real, actual, big scale one, instead of just a bunch of high bloods getting paranoid because a Burgundy looked at them funny. It's pretty scary, actually, and I hope I won't get swept up in all of it if something nasty breaks out.
Yeah, that's the vibe you've been getting. You're about to ask for more info about this rebellion when she cuts you off and keeps rambling on. Seems like she's got a lot to say. You get the impression that nobody else here listens to her, possibly because she's still so young compared to most of them. But saving you from a jail cell is a good way to get you to pay attention.
But here's the thing, despite being a whole lot of potential trouble, it's also a great opportunity to show the Empire just how invaluable my skills will be for them. See, I've got it all planned out. First, I need to prove to Triza how useful and clever I am, and how helpful I can be for her regime. Then, when Triza comes of age, she'll dethrone the current Empress and take her place. Most trolls love Triza, and those who don't are gonna get themselves culled real quick, so I'm sure she'll have plenty of support when the time comes for their duel. Once she's in full power, I'll snag myself a nice position as her propaganda minister. And if I'm real lucky, I can wheedle my way into being assistant to His Honorable Tyranny himself.
His Honorable Tyranny? You don't think you've heard of this guy before. You assume he's a particularly high-ranking troll in the legislative process.
Oh, no, he's just a fuck-off huge monster who passes judgment on criminals by eating them. Or eating anyone who bugs him, really. He presides over particularly noteworthy trials, especially the Extreme Court. In retrospect, you should have known. If monsters can be parents, they can sure be judges, too. But, what exactly is the appeal here? Who wouldn't want to be big and handsome and strong enough to devour anyone who annoys you? That's the perfect life, I tell ya.
Fair.
As it stands, I can't be him. I can at least be his. If I can't be him, I can at least be his best buddy and most perfect little helper. And besides, doing all the behind-the-scenes work is a lot safer than actually trying to hunt down and prosecute criminals, I'll tell you that much. I mean, yeah, he might eat me, but that's just a normal workplace safety hazard, really. Nothing I can't handle.
She really does have it all planned out, doesn't she? You're impressed.
Thank you. But I can't do it all alone. I'm gonna need some help along the way from a very talented and very clever associate or two. I bet you know who I'm talking about.
Her Lucis? Her classmates?
No, dummy. Sheesh. Here I am trying to butter you up and it flies right over your think pan. I'm talking about you. I need your help. And I think after bailing you out of that jam, I've earned it, wouldn't you say? There. The old I rake my claws down your back and you rake your claws down mine dealy, you know?
Troll idioms are as inscrutable as ever, but you do know a thing or two about claws, and that's helping people and about what helping people to earn their good graces. What's she need? You ever hear of the old adage? Teals talk. And
Well, a lot of teals have been talking about the strange alien going around, getting all buddy-buddy with the cast. Uh-huh. The way I see it, someone like that might just know how to get me up to their offices and dig up some dirt on them and their potential rebel connections. I keep saying they should start shelling out for the grander scan tech, but nobody ever listens to me. No way, no how. No way, no how. A regular old password system ought to be enough, right? Ha, they wish. They really wish those locks were as secure as they think they are. You can figure out the codes, no problem, I'm sure. What do you say, pal? How is about you help me help the Empire and root out the rebel scum?
Oof. You're not particularly keen on betraying your friends, but you do owe Tirona a favor now. And you'd love to make another pal while you're at it. There's gotta be some way you can maneuver your way out of this mess. You tell her, sure, you'll offer some help. If you're going to hit up someone's office, it should be... Okay. Holy shit. Dudes, my throat hurts so bad. Okay. So, last time we did Tagora, and he was like, oh, you're in my office? Why? And I'm gonna have to save Tysius for last, because I don't have the heart to do it. And I need to save right here. Just gonna overwrite that. Let's go to Tigiri. After mulling it over for a while, you decide Tigiri is the safest choice. Sure, he's the guy with a sword, but he's also, by far, the least likely to harbor rebel sympathies. So you won't be getting anyone in trouble here. Maybe I should just do Tysius's route and get the Band-Aid ripped off. Yeah, we're going with Tysius. I'm sorry, my girl. I love you. I'm so sorry. It's gotta be Tysius. She runs a tight, if sleep-deprived ship. If you'll give it a good try, fail to find anything useful, and Tirona will appreciate your attempt.
Tysius, huh? Yeah, she's got that vibe about her, you know. She talks a lot about improving the justice system, and what kind of person does that, huh? A rebel sympathizer, that's who. The Alternian justice system has worked just fine for hundreds of sweeps. The only person who ought to be proposing changes is Triza herself, but obviously there's nothing to change, or she'd have, okay. Or she'd have done it already. Anyway, this is Tizzy's door right over here, so why don't you start working your magic?
An idea comes to you. You start tapping away at your phone, much to Tirona's jargon.
Hey buddy, we're trying to break into someone's office. There is no time for Flappy Talon Screecher.
Flappy Bird. Oh god, that's an old game. You explain that you're looking up Tysius on your phone to consolidate information and improve your chance of guessing her password.
Whoopsie. Sorry, I'm just a little antsy here, I guess. Carry on.
Turning to the keypad, you start inputting your guesses. You try the birthday listed on Tysius's Twitter profile. Nope. Even the name of her mate Sprit doesn't work. Then something clicks. Everyone expects a long, complex password, right? You just try 2 paltry digits instead. 69. Nice. Click. The light goes green and the door to her office slides open. Bingo. Tysius, how can you be so careless? Tysius, no. Why? You literally just put the most obvious... Hey look, it's Liv Tyler. Feeling pretty chipper about your breaking and entering skills, you usher Tirona aside with an exaggerated bow. She cackles and skips right in, making her way over to a husk top sitting on Tysius's crowded desk. There's papers and old mugs lying around everywhere, and the rest of the room is about as disorganized as the desk, with towering stacks of books threatening to collapse if you so much as breathe wrong.
The Empire already monitors online communications, of course, but we've got tools for those sneaky sneaks who try to hide things off the cloud.
Tirona produces a small device, a bright red with gold accents. It plugs into what appears to be a USB slot on the husk top. It wriggles upsettingly.
I'll go through her files and start looking through all of those books and folders. You start looking through all those books and folders, okay?
You offer a thumbs up and turn your attention to the absolutely massive pile of literature that has been strewn throughout the office. You're not really giving it your full effort, hesitant to pry into Tysius' stuff, but you get the sense that she isn't hiding anything here anyway. Behind you, Tirona is clicking through the folders on the husk top, an exasperation in her voice slowly growing.
Useless school-feeding assignments, copies of court transcripts, a bunch of nudes. This is all just normal teal stuff. There's nothing incriminating here at all. Where is she hiding it?
Tirona pulls away from the husk top and dives into the stack of books with the gusto of a small child in a ball pit, rifling through pages as quickly as she can. It isn't long before she gives up that pursuit, too, emerging from the pile in a shower of loose pages.
Ugh, I can't find any evidence of wrongdoings anywhere. No hidden folders on her husk top, no secret stash between these pages of a book, nothing.
She stomps back and forth, pacing around the room and scratching at her face absent-mindedly. Maybe there just isn't anything to find. Is that so bad?
Yes! If she's not bad, it's super bad. Ugh. Look, see, I'm not big and I'm not strong, and even if I get a growth spurt when I'm older, it won't change that I don't like to fight. That's just not what I'm cut out to do. I'm a thinker, and a listener, and a talker. Knowledge is power, and it's the only kind of power I'm good with. It's the only kind that'll keep me in the game. Everyone's gotta play nice and get off my case because they know I've always got the dirt. But all those shifty, crafty teal jerks keep trying to hide all their secrets from me, and I'm gonna be hooped if I can't get one over on them.
Tirona yanks at her pigtails and slumps down against the wall, looking as frazzled as you've ever seen her. This calls for a pep talk. You sit down across from her and offer a gentle smile. You know where she's coming from. When you came here, you were a mess. You still kind of are. All you had was your guts, your mind, and your goofy charisma, which works for some reason. You've been blundering your way across the planet, but somewhere in between all the blundering, you made friends. You gained skills and figured out how to keep surviving, even when it seemed impossible. And if you can do it, she can too. Sure, she may not be as big and strong as she would like. She won't always win. Sometimes there's going to be days like today where she doesn't succeed. But she's got that spark in her. You can see it. That tells you she'll be just fine as long as she keeps her head up and tries to hang in there. Tirona perks right up. Your motivational speech game is really on the ball lately.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. This might have been a bust, but I sure ain't. I've already got all kinds of connections and pals and skills. I mean, the guy I run those errands for, he says I'm one of the smartest and cleverest teals he's ever met, and that I'm really mature for my age, and
A gasp. You never find out what else he says because you're interrupted by the sci-fi whoosh of the office door opening as Tysius steps through. There's a long, awkward pause before she raises an eyebrow at Tirona. Now, just what in the hell are you two doing in my office? Tirona begins a stammering response, but Tysius jerks her head towards the door. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get out of here right now. She turns to you. Not you. We need to have a chat. Tirona flashes you a terrified look before scurrying out of the room, door sliding shut behind her. Tysius glances at the door, then pulls you towards the most secluded corner of the room, where books are piled so high that they practically reach the ceiling. She speaks in a low, hushed whisper. A good idea, because you'd bet the troll buck or two that Tirona's listening outside the door. Hey, so that was some good thinking, texting me as soon as you got your palm husk back. You shrug humbly. You're getting good at leveraging out your bountiful stockade of friends. I wonder what she thinks I'm going to do to you. There's a lot of rumors about me. Most of them untrue. But when you look as tired as I do every day, trolls whisper. She chuckles lightly and takes a sip of water before sighing. I can't believe she thought I'd ever be dumb enough to keep incriminating documents in my office. She must be getting real desperate to prove herself. It's exactly my point about how fucked up it is here. Everyone trying to climb over each other out of the muck and pull the rest down like shell scuttlers in a seafood storage device. Poor girl. She thinks she's got everyone in the palm of her hand, but she's being played as much as any of the rest of us shamucks. Another sigh, and you feel like sighing may as well be Tysius's second quirk. But you've already heard enough from me about that. Go pretend I chewed you the fuck out or something. I need to reorganize all this shit now that she ruined my old system. Her office looks far better organized than it did when you walked in, actually, but you're not about to split hairs over it when Tysius just bailed you out of a potential disaster. Yeah! Tysius to the rescue! Fuck yeah! You thank her, give her a quick hug, and then slip out of the office. Tirona nearly falls over herself, stumbling away from the door, where she was clearly trying to listen in.
whoa, you're here and still alive and in one piece. That must have been a real close one. You know what she does to people who cross her, right? Well, I'll give you a hint, pal. It starts with disembowelment and only gets worse from there. Uh-huh. How'd you make it out?
Oh, talking your way out of a jam. It's a total breeze. Tirona seems starry-eyed and impressed.
You sure know how to handle yourself, especially for a weird alien. I think you and I ought to stick together. Technically, you don't owe me anything anymore, but us little people work best in numbers, yeah? We could use a friend. You could use a friend like me.
You smile, basking in the now familiar glow of camaraderie. Yeah, You could use a friend like her. And you think she could use a friend like you, too. Oh, that's cute. You did good. Alright, so that is the second ending. And we're going to see what Tagiri's route will do. This will be interesting. We've already reached the 35-minute mark, so this will probably be hopefully not another 10 minutes. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I don't even know how it's gonna turn out. I don't even know if they're gonna be seeing this part in the video, so let's just do this. After mulling it over for a while, you decide Tagiri is the safest choice. Sure, he's the guy with a sword, but he's also by far the least likely to harbor rebel sympathies. So, you won't be getting anyone in any trouble here.
Yeah. Tigiri, now that's an interesting choice, I tell ya. He's always suckering up to those purples and trying to make himself look all cool and knowledgeable about lost stuff. So you think he'd be clean, but maybe, just maybe, it's all a front. I'm working on a video about rebel sympathizers right now, actually, and that's one of my big bold points that I go over. How sometimes the guy trying too hard to look like he's the level is actually far off the level as it gets. So yeah, let's see what this guy is hiding, why don't we?
Moseying over to his door, you consider the keypad. This shouldn't be a hard password to guess. It's got to be the name of one of his favorite animes, right? You punch one in, and nope. A buzzer sounds. You try another. Nada. But to your delight, the door clicks and begins to slide open after the third anime title. You glance over your shoulder to see Tirona beaming at you from right behind you. Then turn back to the door and yikes! A katana comes swinging out towards you on a wire, and you narrowly dive out of the way before it connects, crashing to the floor in the process. You groan and stagger back to your feet, and you hear a familiar voice sounding from a speaker in Tagiri's room. Oh, God. Foolish evildoer. Do you think it would be that simple? You've fallen for my trap. Your 3 pitiful guesses were all it took to seal your doom. Not that it's going to do you any good while you bleed out on the floor. Sayonara, trespasser. The message seems to cut off there, but there's some muffled sounds, like a microphone being moved. What do you think, Tadashi? It's going to look so cool when I show it off to my colleagues. You breathe a sigh of relief. That katana was aiming right for your head. You almost got skewered. Talk about a close one, right, Tirona? Tirona? Oof. Oof. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Okay. Well... Cool. Holy shit. Alright, well, good to know we haven't made the 40-minute mark yet. So that was, the remainder of Tirona's route. One good end and 3 bad ends, actually. 4 bad ends? God, I don't know. 4 bad ends, yeah. Holy shit. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, liking and commenting and subscribing would be greatly appreciated. If you would like to try and play the game for yourself, I highly recommend you do so. There will be a link in the description where you can go check it out on Steam. It is about, it is like 99 cents per DLC, and honestly, it's worth it. So, if you don't want to pay for the game, feel free to check out my playlist at the end of this video. I have covered all the routes so far, good, bad. I have over 40 videos on this goddamn game. Over 40. And they're all mainly voiced. I'm not good at voicing things though, so it's kind of bad. But, you know, you get what you get and you don't get upset. But yeah, you might want to check that out. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next volume. Bye!